Buenos dias, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the next webinar of Turespaña in cooperation with Travel Magazine. And today we will concentrate on the Costa Cálida, the region of Murcia. Murcia makes you feel happy, as they say. So we will check that with various participants from the tourist board, the hiking guide, and Calblanque Regional Park Management, and of course, with our usual friends from Turespaña, Judith Portela and Rafael Chamorro, the director. Rafael, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Robert. I only say a few words. Like always, welcome to everyone. For us, it's a pleasure to share this webinar with you. And also thank you to Robert and Travel Magazine to organize this series of webinars. This is the 8th this year. I'm really happy with I'm proud with the figures that we are reaching a lot of people with these webinars, and we are really proud and happy because it's difficult in these COVID times or post-COVID time to reach online and with Zoom to all of you. I want to say thank you, of course, to the travel agents and the journalists connected today with us. It's a pleasure. We need you. We need you, the travel agents, in order to sail Spain. And I have some interesting figures. I think that we are now in a very thrilling moment because, for example, we have now recovered 80% of our capacity, our flight capacity to Spain, 80% regarding the figures of 2019. That doesn't mean that we have now recovered 50% of our tourists. Sadly, it's only 50%, I'm sorry, 80% of our tourists. We have recovered 80% of our capacity. For example, now we have more than 20 destinations connected from Belgium to Spain. You can fly to a lot of different destinations in Spain, but we have now 80% of our capacity. That's very good. We are expecting to finish this year with more or less 1.2 million Belgian tourists to Spain. More or less at the end of the year, we are going to finish with 50% of our tourists to Spain regarding 2019. But this is very good because the flight capacity really is impressive, the figures right now. And I have another very interesting figure. All in July and August, 500,000 Belgians went to Spain. All in July and August, more than 500,000 Belgians went to Spain. That's very good. I think we are now living maybe the end of the coronavirus crisis. I hope so, please. And finally, another study for the European Travel Commission. Like you know, the ETC, the European Travel Commission, asked to the Europeans every 2 months regarding their travel intentions for the next month. And Italy and Spain are still the preferred destination for the Europeans. And of course, all the Belgian people. Most of the Europeans want to travel in the next 6 months, and they want to travel to Italy and Spain in European level, and France and Spain in a Belgian level. But we are going to talk about Murcia. Murcia is very well known for the Belgian, but maybe it's also a hidden gem in the Spanish Mediterranean, because all of you know very well Catalonia, Comunidad Valenciana, Baleares, Andalusia. And Murcia is very popular also, but I think it's not so popular like Murcia will then be. Because Murcia has everything, like you know, Murcia is between Andalusia and Comunidad Valenciana. Has a fantastic weather. You can go in the middle of the winter and you can, profit maybe 20 degrees in the middle of the winter and sunny days. I think that Murcia has, I don't know exactly the figure, but maybe 300 days of sunny days every year. And Murcia has everything. Has fantastic golf courses, has spas, has a wonderful health tourism. Wonderful cities like Murcia, Cartagena, Lorca, for example. Lorca has a fantastic parador, beaches, nature, landscape. I think it's a very interesting region. I am sure you are going to discover new things about Murcia today. And I want, of course, to say thank you to the Murcia representative. I think it's a pleasure to share this webinar with you. And that's all for my part. Let me introduce Judith. And I am sure that you know already most of you, Judith. Judith is in charge of the trade department in our office, and Judith, when you want. Thank you.
Oui, bonjour à tous et à toutes. Goedemorgen allemaal. It's a real pleasure to have you with us today, especially because we know that lately is getting busier for everyone, so we really appreciate your participation. I would like to thank also Robrecht, Jonas, who is always giving us support behind the scenes, and the rest of the team of Travel Magazine for this nice collaboration. Today, we will get to know the region of Murcia from three different perspectives. We have three different speakers. First of all, Noelia Muñoz from the Regional Tourist Board. She will give us a detailed presentation with the highlights of the region. After that, we have Juan Simón, who is a hiking and mountain guide of the region of Murcia, who will focus on the offer of active tourism. And finally, Rocío Huertas, who is part of the management of the Regional Park Calblanque, who will present important protected and nature areas of the region of Murcia. I would like to welcome the three of you. Thank you for being with us today, giving us the opportunity to present the region from a different perspective to our market. And before giving the floor to Noelia, I would like to remind the participants that you can type all your comments and questions on the chat, and we will answer that after the presentation. So welcome, thanks again for joining today. I hope you enjoy the presentations, and Noelia, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Judith. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see the screen currently? Please, can you tell me?
Yes, it's fine.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. First of all, I would like to thank Robert, Rafael, and Judith for organizing this webinar, and all the attendees of this session. For me, it's a pleasure to present on behalf of the Institute of Tourism the destination Costa Cálida, Región de Murcia. The region of Murcia is a Spanish uniprovincial autonomous community located in the southeast of the Iberian Peninsula between Andalusia and Valencia. Its capital is the city of Murcia. The region of Murcia has 252 kilometers of coastline and 300 days of sun per year. The international airport of the region of Murcia opened in January 2019, and it's conveniently located with a maximum to 14 minutes to all destinations. We also have another airport very close in Alicante, with only 45 minutes away from Murcia city center and 45 minutes from the coast. We also have, as you can see in the picture, two seas, the Mediterranean Sea and the Mar Menor. Our airport has a wide commercial offer with a wide range of shops, a big superface area, functional design, and a complete catering services. We have, of course, car rental companies, and the most important thing, the prices are 20% cheaper than those in Alicante Airport. This beautiful picture shows our two seas in Cabo de Palos, Cartagena. With two seas to choose, Costa Cálida is the best destination to enjoy a perfect holiday. The region of Murcia is the perfect destination for beach holidays with endless activities as diving, windsurfing, kite surfing, paddle SUP, bodyguard. Now we are going to watch the first of the videos that we have prepared for this webinar about the destination Costa Cálida, Región de Murcia.
You promised yourself to run away from the rush, from the crowds, from your obligations, from the ticking of the clock. Stop and enjoy the summer of your life. Enjoy every moment. Dive into the sea, jump in the waves, sunbathe, laugh. Get away from it all. You promised yourself you'd try new things. Adventures with friends, and ice cream with the family. You promised yourself a treat, a sunset, a song. You promised yourself a summer like this, and the time has come to live it. Costa Cálida makes you happy.
And if we talk about culture, we have to take into account cities like Murcia. The most important religious building in Murcia is the cathedral, the construction of which began at the end of the 4th century. Coming to Murcia and not visiting its museums is a total crime. The city's most outstanding museum is probably the Salcillo Museum, which houses the most important and complete collection by the brilliant Murcian sculptor. Cartagena is a city with more than 2,500 years of history. Each corner, street, and square of the city offers travelers monumental examples of its splendid historical past. In Cartagena, the Roman Theatre Museum is the city's undeniable symbol. Lorca is another important city in the region of Murcia, whose urban was declared a town of historical and artistic interest in 1964. It's described as the Baroque city due to the important Baroque heritage of its historical center, one of the most important in the region. And Caravaca de la Cruz is one of the 5 cities in the world that celebrate the Jubileo Perpetuo. Next one will be held in 2024. Caravacas Basilica hosts the Santísima and Veracruz, which contain fragments of the cross upon which Christ died. And the region of Murcia is, of course, a destination for wine and gastronomy lovers. In the region of Murcia is the Yorkshire of Europe, and there with our Mediterranean diet, of course, our traditional dishes. Murcian salad, for example, or our marinera. I invite you to taste our fantastic and wonderful caldero rice. But we have 3 designations of origin of wine in only one destination: Bullas, Comilla, and Yecla. And there are 3 wine routes with many activities that you can see in this slide. The region of Murcia also has 22 golf courses with modern facilities and excellent professionals. And if we talk about wellness, we have modern activity, including wellness centers, spas, thalassotherapy centers, and balnearios, which help us to disconnect and forget all life's stresses in the best possible way. And last but not least, we will talk about nature, active tourism, and the cycle product for which I am responsible. I am excited to talk about a region that I know well and that has so many natural spots that anyone can fall in love with. This is amazing imagine. The region of Murcia is a dream destination for those who enjoy nature, combining mountains and sea in a few kilometers. We have 22 protected natural spaces. Special mention should be made of the regional park of Espuña and Calblanque. My colleague Rocío will give you more details and information about these 2 natural parks. And then Juan will talk you with some option of active tourism in the region. This is an amazing view in Barranco de Jebas. It's located in Sierra Espuña Park. And this is another view, it's amazing, in Ricote Valley, in the center of the region. And now we are talking about the cycling product. Is our recent creation. We are currently developing the website and the brochure. And our destination offers different options for road bike routes, mountain bike routes, and more contemplative, gentle cycling routes through greenways on the Eurovelo 8 road. This is one of the signposting of Eurovelo 8 in the region of Murcia. The Eurovelo 8 route through the region of Murcia has a length of 217 kilometers. And the majority part of the route runs along the coast, as you can see in the pictures. And now let me show you the second video of our cycling product. Let me give you some information now about our free travel insurance to all international tourists for stays of less than 45 days. The coverage is for any general accident and common illnesses, including COVID-19. In order to benefit from the coverage, you must stay in regulated tourist accommodation. Expenses include are medical and pharmaceutical expenses, and the transport cost incurred, and the expenses for an extension of a stay at your chosen tourist accommodation. We can give you all the details because they are in our website. And the most important reason to choose our destination are no tourist overcrowding, quality of our hotels, services and products, authenticity of the destination with our preserved traditions, delicious gastronomy, wide activity and leisure offer, and the short distances to be covered to get around the destination. We invite you to visit the region of Murcia. Thank you very much for your attention.
Hi, it's my turn. No? I got to see the screen. Okay, now are you looking the screen? Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for coming here. I'm Juan. I'm hiking guide or mountain guide in Murcia. I'm coming to talk about the active tourism in Costa Cálida, Región de Murcia, and Murcia Activa. It's a group of companies in Murcia with we are too happy to work in this area because we have a lot of possibilities to do in one day, for example, and I'm going to talk about it. Now, in the association, we are more than 30 companies, and it's grown every day. And with various areas of action that range from the most common activity such as hiking and to other less known body rafting. You can see it in the picture. No, it's not here. And another with Shinrin Yoku. Murcia is really little, and you can do doing, for example, hiking with the snow in the north of Murcia, and the same day coming to the coast and swimming in the sea and practice scuba diving or another one. For example, we have some rivers and place like this is similar to a desert, and it's really amazing. And we have different forest, desert, beach, and a lot of activities. I said it's less than 12,000 square kilometers, and with 5 areas of action. And we have Noroeste is the inside, Altiplano the same, and Vega del Segura is part inside of Murcia, and near the coast is Campo de Cartagena or Carblanque, and Guadalentín Valley is nearest of the coast. But in these areas, these 30 companies, we are working and doing activity with real professionals and techniques professional in these areas. We have I'm trying to look in some activity because we have maybe 25 activities in Murcia. But I try here in picture some of them because it's really a lot to choose for doing. And well, for example, paragliding is a perfect place for fly because you have Sierra Espuña mountain is really beautiful with forest, high mountain, and near the coast is also really beautiful if flying. And speleology, Murcia have a lot of caves, really near. Also, we have Segura River, and in the river we do activity with like rafting, paddle surf, and another one kayaking. Hot air balloon is also really amazing. Hiking. This is me with a group in the canyon of Almadenes. It's a really nice place for looking. It's like Grand Canyon in USA, a little bit small, but it's really amazing because the river erosion the ground. Also, activity like canyoning, scuba diving, bungee jumping. Via Ferrata is iron path also, it's called. And flowering tree is only in March, and it's a moment really special because Cieza have a lot of nature, and this part of where in 2 months flowering the trees, and it's really beautiful for families or individuals, people, and it's a moment really beautiful for looking the flower. Also, activity like a virtual park for kids or adults, the same. Climbing rock, sailing, because said Noelia, well, we have sea, beach, really beautiful place like Blanque National Park is amazing, with mountain very near, beach, rising sun. It's really beautiful to look. Biking and archaeology. Murcia have is a place where you can say a lot of painting and caves with painting, and some companies do activities with children and adults looking the place with archaeology, and it's really amazing because it's a area where the first people coming here 5,000 years ago or more, and we have a lot of park or caves or painting or rocks, and horse ride also. But these are some of them, and we are really happy to work with this activity because we believe in our region, believe in our land and in the movement and the nature, and right now post COVID, I think the people is more to say comprometida, or more thinking more in the nature and going to the outside lands, enjoy the another things maybe before people are going to mall or shopping center, but now is going to the nature and enjoy another thing different. And we have a lot of mountains, trees, rocks, areas for doing, and we have very passion for history and decide to want to save the region with the war. I like a lot all of the companies. And finally, we are Murcia Activa, association of tourist active company, and will provide for all of this activity. Remember, we have 25 activity, maybe more, 36, for doing here when people come in and enjoy of this area of Región de Murcia. Thank you.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I think it's okay. Okay, first of all, thank you all for being here today, and thank you especially to Rafael, Judith, Jonas, and the other person for leaving us talk today about our love natural spaces here in Murcia. On our region, we have a large number of natural protected areas and an important natural and cultural heritage. But today, I would like to focus your attention in our two most emblematic natural parks, Turespaña and Calblanque. On the right side of on the right picture, you can see Turespaña Regional Park inland in the middle, and Calblanque Regional Park located in the southeast of the region. Calblanque Regional Park, it has not only a regional protection, but it is also of Natura 2000, which is a European network of natural protected areas. Calblanque has 13 kilometers of coastline covering a surface of 2,800 hectares. Calblanque is characterized by the great variety of environments that converge within the park, with Aleppo wood pines, beaches, dunes, pello dunes, coves, as well as an endorheic basin in which salinas or the salt pans of Rasal can be found. Due to this great diversity of environments, Calblanque has a great floral diversity, among which species that are exclusive to the southeast of the Iberian Peninsula and important Ibero-African stand out, such as the Cartagena rock rose or the Cartagena cypress. The fauna is also highly diverse in this protected area. In the salt pans of Rasal, we can find numerous aquatic bird species, such as the black-winged stilt or the eight-winged gull. And we can find there too a little fish, which is called fartet, which is an endemic. It is endemic to the southeast of the Iberian Peninsula, and this fish is on danger of extinction. Other important species we have in the park, there are the eagle owl, the Bonelli's eagle, or the peregrine falcon. There are also mammals like the badger or reptiles such as the Baltic lizard. Calblanque Regional Park receives a large number of visitors throughout the year, but most visitors are concentrated during summer months. For this reason, the General Directorate of the Natural Environment works in different ways to guarantee that tourism develops in a sustainable way in the park. One of our most successful projects is Calblanque 440, a public bus service to access to the beaches of this natural area during July and August. Thanks to this service, we have managed to reduce the number of vehicles that get into the park by 90% since 2013. Another key activity of the park is our participation in the Interreg project called INERIT. This project searches to protect and improve the natural heritage in the Mediterranean coastal and maritime tourist destination, promoting sustainable tourism strategies to mitigate the adverse effect of mass tourism. One of the main results of this project has been the designation of Calblanque as in a Natura area, which is unique for our park, as no other area in Spain has received a similar recognition. This award is given to Mediterranean coastal areas that makes special effort to conserve and valorize natural heritage in the context of local environmental and nature. To obtain the natural label, coastal areas should meet a number of environment and sustainable criteria under the four categories you can see in the picture. If you want more information about this project, you can visit the website of the INERIT project. Last but not least, I would like to highlight the great value added from the education and awareness raising activities carried out by the personnel of the Visitor Attention Center. These activities serve to avoid the use of plastic, to reduce the number of animal hits on the road, or help to detect nesting marine turtles, among others. Moving now inland to Sierra Espuña, this natural park has a total protected area of close 18,000 hectares. Sierra Espuña is also part of the Natura 2000 network. Sierra Espuña has a wide variety of wildlife. Birds are the most important group without any doubt, with 123 bird species. There have also been registered in the park 38 species of mammals, amphibians, reptiles, butterflies, bats, among others. Aleppo pine is the most characterized tree of the park. There are in excess of 900 species of flora, and more than 40% of the species present in the region of Murcia are represented in this park. Sierra Espuña has also an important cultural heritage, like snowdropper or water sources. Sierra Espuña has the accreditation European Charter of Sustainable Tourism since 2012. This accreditation is awarded by the Europark Federation through an independent verification process. The award recognizes not just a commitment with sustainable tourism, but also the implementation of practical sustainable action by public and private partners. The three phases to implement this accreditation are: phase 1, the territory, accreditation of the protected area. Phase 2 is the accession of tourist companies. And phase 3 is the accession of tour operators. Some examples of action design within the ACST that we would like to highlight here are: website Sierra Espuña territory. This website brings together all the tourist information in the area of Sierra Espuña. The website offers information and recommendation about what we can do or see, as well as a description of the territory, the village, its gastronomy, crafts, parties. It's also given us the possibility to organize our trip totally, from how to get there, where to eat, sleep, activity, companies. Here you have six ecotourism experience to enjoy Sierra Espuña territory. You have adventure like climbing, hot air balloon, yoga, a day with the zephyr. Among birds, watching birds in their natural habitat. On wheels, we have a Spoo bike, a 146 circular route in four safe sections. We have also panoramic moments and trails. Here we have Spoo sendas, which are five circular routes starting near the Latin affiliated to the European Charter of Sustainable Tourism, and Spoo trek. There are 6 routes along traditional paths and trails organizing states. And a tour of flavors. This is to discover the local and organic gastronomy products of Sierra Espuña territory. Another action is the Acronatura project. This project sits within the objective of ACTS, procuring benefits to the local population. The action of value enhancement of agriculture, livestock, and traditional beekeeping, which is currently being developed, focus on establishing synergies between tourism and traditional local activities. This action promotes at the same time the conservation of biodiversity and the local identity, which will generate a unique tourism experience and create new socioeconomic opportunities for local population. Finally, the brand Sierra Espuña Territory, which is a quality brand for local products and service we have developed in Sierra Espuña. We currently have 5 products: extra virgin olive oil, 2 brands of honey, the essential oil, and traditional bakery. And that's all. We are waiting for you all in the natural parks of Murcia region.
Very nice. Thank you. Muchas gracias, Señora Rocío, Señor Juan, Señora Noelia. Maybe we can start the Q&A. We expect from the panelistas some questions, but I would like to start with Noelia. The Costa Cálida, not Cálida, but Cálida. I would say the water activities for travel agents interested to sell on the with Murcia. Are they incoming tour operators making packages for all this? Because that's important sometimes for the travel agents when they have.
Yes, of course, but you are talking about tourism activities? What kind of activities?
Sorry?
What kind of activities are you talking about?
I think windsurfing or
yeah, of course. We are working now. The appearance of Murcia Activa is very important because the associations makes that have the warranty of quality of all the members. So we are working, they are working with our website to charge all the activities, and it's very important to have the activity available for package, of course.
Okay. Juan, one question to you. When you like to ride a bike and to hike also there, it's all possible to rent on a proper way with commission for the travel agent and so on?
Okay, yeah, some of companies have possibilities to rent bikes or material. For example, if you like to do canyoning, the company not rent is prestar, no? Sería como por sí. Press the material and you can use. And for example, biking is possible to rent. It's different. And if you do with organized activity, and is pressed also. And I don't know, for example, paddle surf or kayaking, also you can rent and use totally free.
Okay.
Yeah, talking about the bikes, I was telling that the product is creating yet. So we are trying to find all the companies for renting and everything, and we will charge everything in our websites, because it's very important if you want to develop a cycling product in this case to have all the infrastructure and services for the tourists.
Okay. Rocío, I would like to come back to your nice presentation on the park called Blanque. Now, you have given a very clear picture of what's going on there, but what for the tourists? What's it in for the foreign tourists? Can they walk there? Can they, how do, it's a walking trail, it's a hiking trail. How do we have to look at this enormous investment the park is doing?
Well, you can enjoy the park in different ways. It depends on the interest of the tourist. We have trails. You can do. We have a map with the recommended trails. We have a visitor center. Well, you can call or you can go, and our person there will explain to the tourists all the activities for walk, all the right paths you have in the park. In the park, you also can do a sport like kite surfing, like surf. That a lot of people goes there to make that kind of sport. You can also make biking. There's also routes for bikes, and we have 2 or 3 enterprises that make horse riding. That's also another possibility. There's also a special place for climbing. So I think that the offer is really, there are a lot of activities, even to see the stars in the night. There is an enterprise that make that kind of activity. So, and then you can just go to the beach, which is in summer, when all the coast there are lots of cars and of people go to the coast in Calanque in July or August. It's a unique experience because you are not alone, but you are close.
What time should an international tourist spend in the park, let's say?
Well, I think that you have enough activities to view different things in 2 or 3 days at least, because we have in one part of the park we have all the beaches place, no, and in the other part we have the place in the mountain, no, the another environment, and the paths you made. I think at least it will take you 2 or 3 days if you want to really enjoy the park.
Okay. From Richard Eckhout, President of SCOL Brussels, a question. Do exist paquetes de circuitos? Can you, that's for Noela, I think. Can you answer this?
Yes, thank you for your Spanish. It's nice. Yes, we are working both products. And we have circuits for both of them. About enology, we have 3 roads. I have told before in Jumilla, Yecla, and Bullas. And nowadays we have a bus that go to the bodega and you do a degustation menu and see the place. And the same for gastronomy. We think that when someone comes to region of Murcia, like other region, gastronomy is a very important part. It doesn't matter what activity you are going to practice. So we are focused our attention in that part. In the Institute of Tourism, we have a department involved in everything related with gastronomy. So we are working on in this. Yes.
I think you have been very sober on the explanation of the wine and the gastronomy. We have seen some general shots, but can you explain a little bit more about what are the typical products of the wine there? I mean, you have in Catalonia, in Basque, País Vascos, you have the top chefs and so on. Here, I refer to one of the authentic region. Authentic region means authentic gastronomy. With local wines or international wines, how would you describe this offer you have?
The truth is that I'm not the person in charge of the product that can answer properly this question. So if you want to know more about wine, we can prepare some information and send you with the right answer. Because I'm not expert in wine, I can say that I have been in the 3 destinations and the service and the quality of wine is very good and the price is very low. That's what surprised to me, because when you buy some wine from abroad, normally are very expensive, and the quality of this one is very good. And the price, for example, 2 weeks ago, I were in Bullas in one cooperative place, and I taste a wine, and the price is 4 euros, and it's so delicious. That's why it's incredible. So that's what I wanted to say.
Noelia, just one specification. Noelia, you can send us the extra brochures or documents.
Yes, of course. I will send you all the information. It's in the website too. I can collect information in the website, a brochure, and of course some information about the routes and the visit to the bodegas. So everything, I will send you all the other information, of course.
Perfect. And we'll forward it to the attendees.
Yes, perfect.
Coming back to my point about gastronomy, you said it's Murcia and Costa Cálida, it's Cartagena. It's outside, let's say, the typical international, well-known touristic hotspots. Does it mean authentic region? You are a little bit away from all the bling bling of the big cities. Is it then also so authentic region that, let's say, when you go and have tapas or lunch or whatever, that the prices are a little bit lower than in other regions of Spain for the international tourist?
Yes, it's for everything. We have wonderful wines, wonderful gastronomy, and very good prices, like in the airport, the rates for the airport. That's why we can be the perfect destination for holidays, because it's like Valencia, Andalusia, very known places, very wonderful places, but Murcia is too there. So I invite you to come here, because the gastronomy and the wine, with any other activity that you want to practice, it will satisfy you, of course.
Okay, one point back to you. You are a hiking guide. Do you have to be almost professional? What is the qualification to hire you for the trip, for a circuit? Are you, because we have seen a lot of fancy activities, you are coordinating or organizing, but if I am a man of 50s and I am just likes to use a bike on my ease, no fancy things, also that is possible. You have not to be almost professional, I think. I hope.
¿Podéis traducir un poquito lo del final? Porque, o sea, he entendido la primera parte, pero luego hay un momento que me he perdido un poco.
You are speaking Spanish now?
Yeah, I speak Spanish, but I understand the first part, but the second part I don't understand really well.
Do you have to be a professional amateur biker in order to do all this? Do you have various standards, qualifications for people interested to do just?
Yeah, the qualification in Spain is a technical qualification regulated with the state, and some of them of the professional here also we can work in Europe because the titulation is with a pro of the UIBLA, you know, is the Association International of Mountain Guide, and all of them, or all of the professional must be titulated for the national state and working with this title. And for me, for example, I'm mountain guide, and it's regulated for the state. And
Juan,
all of them.
As a tourist, as a visitor, do you need to have a physical condition?
Is physical condition for the tourists?
Yeah, for the activities you offer, do you have to be be a professional, or it is open to all levels? You know.
Okay. Yeah. The most curious, for example, for me, when the clients coming here and calling me told me, oh, I think that is so difficult for me, no? And no, it's really fast. And Murcia have a lot of possibilities. If you are a professional climber or hiker, you can do some route very difficult, but the more amazing is that we have activities for hiking or canyoning, climbing rock, or anyway, and for doing for families and children, people without physical well, and it's possible for everyone.
Okay.
All levels. And I have one more question for Juan. Do you offer all the activities year round, or all the year, or in a specific time of the year?
Depend of the activities, because for example, Murcia, we would say, I think, Rafael, we have maybe 300 days, sunny days, and for example, hiking in summer could be dangerous because it's hot, but we have all the year for doing this activity. And in opposite, you can do rafting in the river, paddle surf, canyoning, and other activities near the coast, or maybe hiking, but very early or in the afternoon with the sunset.
Okay, maybe one last question for Noelia. The Belgians are coming en masse to Murcia and your area. They come with 300 sunny days a year, so they come the whole year, or do you see peaks of affluence of Belgian tourists, Noelia, from Belgium? We don't hear you.
Yeah, sorry. We have that temperature all the year, and maybe in summer is when we don't receive too much people, because the only place that you can survive is in the beach or in the swimming pool. It's very hot for practicing activities. You can do it, but at the beginning of the morning or at the end of the day. It's not recommendable to walk in the middle of the day doing trekking. That kind of activity is not good. And 2 weeks ago, we received a group of travel agencies of Belgium, and they were very surprised because the flight was totally full of people. Some of them of groups, and that makes feel us very happy, because during all these months we are working very hard to bring the normality to our region again. But this needs a little of time, and we are in. But it's very good to know that step by step things are changing again. We need you, all of you here.
Thank you, Noelia. I think we are very thankful and grateful for with Judith and Rafael from Turespaña, and also of Murcia, of course, because I think a lot of panelistas, of participants, have learned a lot about Murcia, which is not, as you mentioned earlier, not so well known as some other areas of Spain and Belgium.
Yes.
Let's recap a little bit. Rafael started the webinar by pointing out that 80% of the international touristic capacity has been recovered now since 2019. That Spain is about 50% getting tourists from the pre-corona period. Belgians more than 500,000 July and August, and then Murcia and area. We learned about the 300 sunny days, 22 golf courses, cities like Cartagena, La Manga, the orchard of Europe, nice landscape, active tourism, very important, the Sierra Espuña, which was, and of course the park of Calblanque. And I have the impression Murcia is not overcrowded, still very authentic, good prices, Belgians are welcome. So what are we waiting for to come to see and to experience and explore your area? Muchas gracias a todos, and next time we hear and see each other on Cantabria on November 16. Muchas gracias. Buenos días.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you very much for coming.
Adios.